Okay, finally. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Sorry for the delay. I was working on this OBS system, which is my recorder for YouTube, and it was an absolute mess. So finally got it together. It's working now, and we're ready to rock. So good morning, everybody. It is September 30th, last day of the month, last day of the quarter for Q3. And before we get started, make sure to click bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That's the button to click to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications as always for our YouTube channel. We really do appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk about market, shall we? Well, last night was interesting. I was definitely up late with the team talking about it. Lot to unpackage, obviously, but a debate is under our belt, so that means now I can start looking at different things and do the podcast for you guys in regards to the two candidates and what it means to your money and elections. So we'll work on that probably this weekend. I'll get that out to you as soon as I can. And listen, regarding the debate last night, it was definitely entertaining. That's for sure. I think if you're on both sides of the aisle, you're probably claiming victory, like I said on our take on Instagram. But I mean, either way, it was one of three. We have more to go, and it was definitely very fiery to watch. Did anything change? Well, futures were up during the debate, and then at the end of the debate, it went down. And then overnight, we bounced. We bounced right this morning. So pretty fun stuff. Dow futures are down 17 points, pretty much flat. Nasdaq down 12. S&P down 0.01. Russell down 0.10. Crude oil down 0.08. 39.25 a barrel. Bitcoin 10,805. Gold 1901 above the 1900 handle. Silver 2406 down 1.5%. We did have SLV yesterday, but we closed it for some gains. 117.10 on the euro dollar down 33 pips. US dollar down 4 pips, pretty much flat. 105.62 for my Forex people. Dollar index is up about 15 cents, 94.04. And the VIX red 1.18%. So again, I pretty much said this yesterday that the debate was just going to be, I guess, a way to get us closer to the election, obviously. Were there any words that are keywords that the algos found out that made us jump in the market? Not really. I mean, I think we pretty much knew what we got from both candidates. The only thing that stood out to me was that Biden did not agree with the Green New Deal. So that's additional spending for the market. It's climate change, probably more taxes. Biden did not agree to it. Again, it could be that he's lying or he's really believes that. Again, that's it either way. Um, the market enjoy that. I think that's probably something that the market would be like, oh, he's not really climate change left, I guess, or he was just lying about it. We don't know. I mean, can't really go inside his head. But in regards to the market during the debate, for some reason the markets were cheering it. Then right at the end, it sold. So I'm still in the process of trying to understand why it sold. We didn't hit any meaningful resistance or any meaningful technical levels. It's either one of two things. Either the market is looking at a Biden victory and saying that he had a good debate, that's why markets tanked, or it could be just that we sold off. We just sold off, and the debate, I guess, didn't hit expectations of the market. Kind of difficult to really understand the algorithms here. But I think I can honestly say this: I think the market is ready for the election to be over, and they just want it to be over. So again, I don't think that we should be to the point where we're worried about the election in regards to our portfolio. If you're a long-term investor, one election should not define your investments, obviously. On the podcast, I'll talk about what industries will be beneficial in which administration, what to look for moving forward. But that's for another day. I'll get that set up for you guys. Either way, what I'm looking at today, well, let's go ahead and talk about that with pre-market movers. I know I did see some stuff this morning. I did tweet out some stuff. So, a couple things in this morning that are up. Moderna's up 2.5%. What else is new? Apple is flat. American Airlines up 1.63%. Tesla up 1%. Carnival up 2. Micron had a good quarter, but their first quarter forecast was down, was less than expectations. They're down 3.4%. I don't recommend Micron. Micron is what we call a value trap. Micron actually has one of the lowest PE ratios, which is the price to earning ratios in the S&P, but their performance is completely bad and worse than any other chip maker out there. It's in the dumps. So Micron, I don't recommend. I highly recommend AMD or Nvidia on the chip side versus Micron. So Micron may be cheaper, but there's probably a reason why. Polaris up 2.3%, Norwegian up 1.69, and AMD up 0.21, and Boeing up 0.77% pre-market, which is nice to see because I have calls. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Good morning, everybody. Let's answer some questions. I know I started a little late. My apologies. Was working on this OBS thing. It was frozen on me, and now I'm glad it's working. Good morning. What are our levels on BABA, Carlos? Let's take a look here. BABA. BABA I actually saw this morning is actually on the move. It did break above the level I have for a breakout, which is nice. So Alibaba above 285. Their target will be 292. 290 would probably be a good trade. It may cost a little more. There is a gap to fill right at 296. It is Wednesday. Keep in mind. If you're looking to trade this, maybe, just maybe, look for next week. Or if not, if you do this week, you really need to be careful. But I do like Baba here. Watch the 295s or the 290s for a good play. I think there's a breakout there. I like Baba. Good eye. Thoughts on Pinterest long term? Pinterest, I'm not against it. I think there's better options out there when it comes to the apps in the social media space. I think Facebook is better. I think Twitter is better. So I can't say Pinterest would be something that I would want to invest in. If you're someone that really wants to get in and you really want to own that stock, that's totally okay. I could take a look at a level for you and go from there. Right now, if you want to play this stock or own it long term, maybe wait for 38, which is your 200-day moving average. Get yourself a little discount. Maybe wait for a pullback. There's a huge gap to fill right around 25. Could it fill? Maybe, but again, you could see a nice breakout to the upside. Maybe wait for that 38 level to go ahead and play long term. NIO looking good. NIO is a very volatile name, just so you know. We've played it before with students, but it is volatile. But again, a total breakout here, 2189, looking very solid. And you can see on the daily new all-time highs. So if you do play it, guys, what I recommend is wait for 10 a.m. 9:30 to 10 a.m., you really start getting that movement. You start seeing what's changing in the market. I prefer to wait for that 30-minute turn, see what the market's doing, see what the market's giving you. I've seen these a lot of reverses from these companies right after the open. So wait until 10 a.m. before you make a move. That's what I recommend. I rewatched the debate today for the first 40 minutes. It's somewhat decent, and then toward the end, it got out of hand. I guess that played a role. No, I mean futures were up during the debate, even towards the tail end. I think just right when it ended, they sold it off, but then it just bounced. So welcome to it. Tesla 428.50. Yep, Tesla. We saw it's up pre-market. Can you go over option we currently holding? Good morning. Yeah, we right now we are holding Boeing, and we are holding I believe IWM. So Boeing is doing fine. We're up pre-market. We should be able to break 168 today with a nice little boost in the market. And IWM is absolutely holding trend, which is very nice to see. We should be able to break around 150 today, which we did overnight, and continue to the upside. I think both of these guys we should get today, if not tomorrow. Uh, do you think vice presidential debates will have an effect on the market? Not really. I think the presidential one does. The vice president one, not so much. Docu both short and long term. Docu, I love long term. But when it comes to options, there's no options volume. Right now, it's just sideways action. So if you're looking to get into Docu, it's not best for short term. What are your thoughts on NIO 22 calls for this week? I'm okay with it if you wait till 10 a.m. and see if you get that movement. Again, I've seen these names reverse. I like NIO today, and I like Baba today. Pinterest has more actively users than Twitter. Why do you prefer Twitter over it? I think Twitter has a little more upside in regards to what they could do with the platform than just Pinterest. If Pinterest starts working on something where you can actually shop for the products while you're pinning it, then I could change my mind. Maybe integrate with Amazon or something. I think Twitter has a little more to the point where with a news organization, they also have live sports. Again, I think that's more of a bridge to get more growth than a Pinterest does. Just my opinion. Amazon. Love Amazon long term. Absolutely. Got Apple 117 call. How are we looking on that? Well, I don't have Apple 117 calls, but looking at it here, it is moving very much sideways. If you have it for this week, that's going to be a little bit of a rough one. So I would have waited for the 1690 to break to the upside before getting into calls. The good news is that you're above the 50. So as long as you stay above that, you should be okay. But again, time could be against you if it's for this week. Entry point for Starbucks long term. Starbucks, I believe, was upgraded today. I do own the stock long term as well. Looking at it, I would say if you want to get in now, that's fine. If you have not initiated a position, but maybe wait for about 85 if you wanted to, because that'd be the 200-day. That would be a bad idea. You miss shop again, but no volume on shop 120 in 2 days. Yeah, again, shop is expensive, guys. I'm not gonna send those signals to my guys when it's that expensive. Shop is one of those expensive names like Nvidia. So again, can't catch them all either just due to price. Levels for MKC, McCormick. Let's see, MKC. Again, nice little drop here. Looking at the side, you can see some sideways action. But again, I would say your support here is probably around 180, 185. And then for a breakout level, it seems to be right here around 202. Again, packaged food groups, they tend to do very well, even in a bad market. Uh, there's no options on it though. Regarding an IPO, keep buying or wait for a pullback. All IPOs, wait for that first quarter. Wait for that first quarter earnings before you buy into it. Know what the hell they're going to do first before they do anything. That's why I've been bought Snowflake. Again, I messed up by buying Lyft on the IPO day. Not going to happen again. Any IPO, I'm not buying the first day. I'm waiting for that first quarter of earnings. What's entry on NIO? I'm not an investor in NIO, but if you're looking at it, again, we may just get a current breakout. But again, if you're looking to buy it, probably wait for 20. Again, just depends on your risk management, man. Shopify has been doing good lately. Do you see it continuing throughout the day? Shopify is a name that, again, I have not pulled the trigger on buying it, which is okay. I do own Amazon. But again, above 1,000 is pretty good. I would say 1071 is that gap to fill. You could see it. That seems to be the level that should be reaching, if not today, maybe tomorrow. Time to load on Diz long term. I own Disney long term, yes, but to load up on it, keep in mind with Disney, Disney is a value play. Disney's not a growth company. So again, if you're buying it, you're not going to get a dividend. You're basically just waiting sideways. So you need to have at least a 5-year growth plan for Disney, and we're not there yet. So again, if you want to add some more here, that's fine. I don't see myself adding on Disney at all. I would say I still wait around 107, 110 before I start pulling any triggers on Disney, personally, because I know with Disney there's no growth prospect. I don't have anything right now. My money would be better off spent on an Nvidia, an AMD, an Apple, or Lululemon, stuff like that that has higher growth prospects. Since my portfolio is more in growth mode, since rates are lower, again, I'm not looking for value like a Disney or anything else like that that's higher dividend, like an AT&T. Even though I love AT&T for the dividend. Thoughts on Lulu again? Lulu love long term. Love it long term. Again, I own shares and I'm going to continue to own shares. I have not bought any extra lately, like the past week or so. I think I bought some about a couple weeks ago on the dip, and now it's looking great. There should be a break here around 339, 340 for continuing upside. 360 is your big level, which is the big fall here. So 360, keep a target on that. All right, I guess that's it for today. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. S&P is now green, and I'll keep you guys in watch lookout for the presidential, uh, the presidential election and what it means to your money and means to the market. I'll go ahead and do that podcast for you guys this weekend. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe our videos. We appreciate it as always. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Wow, it's Wednesday. Happy end of September, and we'll catch you for October. Cheers, guys.